Secretary Noem of of DHS holds gives a video address to the staff there that will be open press. Go ahead and put up the picture. This is the secretary, just newly sworn in, over here in Gotham City. Sean, what do you think of this picture?
Well, I mean, uh, the friend of the platform, Tricia McLaughlin, is now the Assistant
Yes,
Secretary of Public Affairs.
she
And I would
is.
just say, day one, big win for Tricia. That's the shot that you want. It looks tough. She looks great. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. But this is, I mean, she was first day in New York City getting results. That's the mantra right now.
Yeah, and as you said, Trisha, who's joined us regularly here, congratulations to her. She's the assistant secretary over there. But Sean, she's not been confirmed yet, has she been? She
No, the
started the job.
DHS, the law was changed. So Treasury, Defense, and DHS are non-confirmable anymore. So you're not honorable. You just get the title Assistant Secretary. In fact, little known fact, in DOD, it's not Assistant Secretary of Defense for Public Affairs. It's Assistant to the Secretary for Public Affairs. So the acronym's the
Matthew,
same.
Matthew Bartlett says it's true of labor and state. Why were those state departments changed?
It went back. So after Bush, in the middle of after Bush 43, it was just stupid. Ledge Affairs, that and blanking. There's one other one of the assistant secretaries that were like, we're bogging down these guys in the process for no reason because it's
I
a
don't I,
stupid.
I don't see why you get to be assistant secretary if you're not confirmed. But congratulations, Trish.
Well, there's a lot of
Dan?
assistant secretaries that aren't
Yeah.
confirmed.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know
their
what I'm really
careers.
watching though, with that, to go back to the ICE raids, that is New York City. That is, I believe they're in the Bronx. That is Richie Torres district. He's been pretty vocal in support. What do Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, Mayor Adams, Hochul, DSCC Chair, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, what do they say today? Because the headlines are they've gotten some pretty bad people.
Yeah.
So do they cheerlead it? Do they look to, are they
It's a great
silent?
it's a great question. You see lots of people out, the border czar and other officials out there, very visible. Lots of cooperation with the press, lots of photo ops, lots of local news coverage. They're not hiding from this at all.
So the thing that's
No
interesting
sense.
to Dan's point is after the first week of the Bush administration, Terry McAuliffe called me and said, Sean, or did either I bumped into him or he called whatever, and he says, "Hey, I got a bunch of guys at Dulles. They're getting screwed on this travel ban thing. They're good people. Like we got to fix this. You got to, can we work this out?" And it was sloppy. I mean, just to be honest, and people are getting caught in the net that didn't. And this gets back to Dan's point. This time it's surgical. We're going in, we're rolling up bad dudes, and we're going to get rid of them. And here's, by the way, we're going to enumerate the crimes that they've committed. So do you want to be on that side or do you want to, I mean, and this is where these guys have done such a better job of planning and executing.
But the challenge is the party is split. Like they are fighting in lunches. Like I bet that Senate lunch today, my sense is the caucus has gone from shock and awe about what's happening to anger. And I think today in New York now, there's going to be like Chuck, because apparently last Friday they were like, what are we saying on immigration? And Schumer had no
Correct.
answer. And now it's in your backyard.
Yeah,
Yep.
but Dan,
It's going
don't
to
you think
be.
there's a big difference between saying Donald Trump is rolling up all of these people who and separating families versus Donald Trump's rolling up criminals who threaten our people? I mean, he's put Democrats in a very bad position because I don't know, no matter if you're Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, do you really want to be defending people who assaulted Americans, who committed a violent crime? I mean,
But that's
this
the
is
point, Sean. What I
right.
think what people want, like, let's say it. Let's come out and say we support rounding up
Oh,
criminals.
right. And
But
that's
right now, there's just utter silence, and they're looking to the
Yep.
leadership to say, how is a caucus? And you have elements in both the Senate and the House saying we cannot support arresting these criminals. We can't cross that line. And so the family is fighting, and the train's left the station, right?
right.
And the
It's
people want to know.
they're like frozen in amber from
Yep.
the 4 years of Biden and Harris. Can you name a Democrat who has denounced or expressed sympathy for the families of those killed, whose family members were killed by people in the country illegally? There are some, but not
Clinton.
very many. Not exactly, but not very many. Not very many. And so it's like they do not want to give an inch to Trump on immigration. But Dan, as you say, there's some things he's doing now that are not only extremely popular, but it's hard to believe they're not for.